father and they want to stay with the mother of their children. My point is, if she makes the decision to leave, she should pay for it. If you want to leave, that's totally
attraction, validation, social status, attention, right? But it seems like women
to pay for things, but y'all wanna disguise it as, oh, he's broke. No, baby, you're broke.
Every single time that you crash out and you lose your mind and you look back and you think, that was a little bit wild.
When I tell you, I get chills. It honestly reminded me of this post that Tashina Arnold made in 2022, where she posed a
Why, so you can put your live, laugh, love signs everywhere? Or those weird fake flowers? A lot of men set up their house the way they like it. It just goes to show how compromising men are. That they deal with all the weird decorations and all the weird extra stuff that you don't necessarily need. Men are really smart. They get what they need, and that's pretty much it. It's simple, it's easy, it's efficient.
There is this deep terror that has been inculcated in women to never be financially dependent on a man, which is odd because they also love not paying for things, right? But it kind of makes sense because if they paid for something, that would reduce their financial independence because it would come out of their own pocket. So having their own money and using the man's money is another strategy to support their own financial independence. But I mean, modern marriage is cooked in so many other ways. It's like, in most cases, for better or for worse, the woman will have to continue to work. I don't know what it's like in Japan, but houses are really expensive. Lifestyles are very expensive. Like the default now is the dual income household, which doesn't make sense for raising a family because the man is working to earn money so that a woman who's not his wife can raise his children, and a woman is working to maintain her independence because she doesn't want to just be obedient to her husband, and so she spends all day obeying a man who is her employer. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's better, in my opinion, for the wife to raise her own children, and if the woman's going to obey somebody, she should obey her husband. Like, it has the same outcome with fewer steps.
So exactly as you framed it, it seems kind of nonsensical to say, I'm not going to be reliant on a man, so I'm going to go work for a man. But at the same time, couldn't you think of that more as kind of a flex of, I got this guy, my husband, to work, spend all his days working for me and these kids that I like to be with.
Yeah.
Like, haven't you won in that case? Like, you have gotten a man to do all the hard lifting for you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that contributes to a husband losing attraction towards his wife is pride. Nothing else other than pride. A lot of ladies do not know how to humble themselves, because they always want to be right. They always want to fight. Sometimes you need to humble yourself even when it's not necessary, because that is the one thing that is going to continuously make you attractive to your husband. Just like how God hates a haughty look and someone who has a proud heart, that's exactly how your husband is. The minute you start having a haughty look, you become proud as a wife. You don't know how to humble yourself. You become detestable to your husband. He doesn't find you attractive at all. He just wants to repel you, push you away, and he just won't be able to stand you. And you'll be complaining that my husband doesn't love me. He doesn't look at me the way he used to look at me before. Well, it could be that you're contributing to this because you are haughty. You don't know how to humble yourself. Being humble doesn't mean that there's a reason for the humility. It's a default. It's a state of posture. Your default state of posture. You are forever humble. When you speak to him, even when you guys have arguments, you are able to lower yourself and apologize. Even if you are right, you are able to say, okay, I'm sorry about 1, 2, and 3. I shouldn't have done that. I humble myself. Why? Because that is the only way to continue capturing your man's heart. Once you start having pride, listen, that man is going to run faster than the chariots of Ahab, okay? So it's very important as a lady to maintain attraction with your husband. Forever maintain a humble heart towards your husband.
If you don't want to hear the truth, keep scrolling. 9 times out of 10, men only want one thing.
Well, actually, it's more like 3 things. Men want a peaceful relationship without drama and game. Men want to feel appreciated for their efforts, including verbal acknowledgement. And men want sex to be a regular thing. He wants to feel like you desire him as much as he desires you.
Wait until you realize that
easy for him if you were the girl he actually wanted?
It would be easy for a man to communicate with his woman if she made it a safe space for him to speak, but a lot of women don't care what they man think or how they man feel. If a man, more times than not, comes to his woman and tell her how he feels, something she did that he strongly dislikes, she's gonna play victim more times than not. And then for him telling her that he don't like that she's doing this or she has done this, she's going to start crying. She's going to get mad. She's going to get upset. Now he's going to try. He's going to have to try to make her feel better about her making him feel bad. So now he's just not going to open up at all. He's going to be like, you know what? I'd rather just shut up and keep my peace, because I'm going to have two problems on my hand. I'm going to don't like what she did, and now I'm going to have to try to make her feel better about doing it to me. Like, it's a lose-lose. And a man rather take one loss than two.
Oh, your boyfriend's been really mean? Well, what's going on? He doesn't get you flowers. Well, when was the last time you got him flowers? Oh, you've never bought him flowers? Why? Because he's a man. Okay. He doesn't plan dates. Yeah, I guess it's a lot of work. Well, what kind of dates do you plan? You don't plan dates for him? That's a man's responsibility? Cool, okay. He told you to block your ex. Shouldn't your ex already be blocked? You keep him in your phone for emergencies? Okay. He says he prefers you without makeup. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a compliment. Women can do whatever they want. I mean, yeah, he doesn't open every single door for you. I mean, can you not open the door? Oh, he's not a real man if he doesn't open all your doors? Right. Of course, because you're such a real woman. You need a real man, right? Okay.
I have boyfriend. Oh, damn, I don't give a fuck. Well, I do. Really? Yeah, I do. I care a lot. I love my boyfriend. We already know you're out here. Okay, that's gonna be it.
Props for it, man, but to be honest and to be real, your woman is not going to be out there clubbing. If she got a boyfriend at home, she should not be at the club. That's the whole problem of our generation is, we're out here clubbing, partying, dancing with the devil. Pretty much it, man. Dancing with the devil, thinking that they're going to find peace, thinking that their marriage or their relationship's going to blossom and going to, get blessed. God is not going to bless you when you're out there disrespecting your partner. And I don't care who it is that's watching this. It's the absolute defining truth. What you should be doing is building with your partner. Going to church, worshiping, reading the Bible, doing things that are going to improve your future and improve your relationship. But spending time with each other. Our generation has, you're controlling and it's called respect. And your partner, if they don't respect you, they're not your partner. Your partner wouldn't be in a situation like this. I don't care if it's women, men, or in between. They're not going to be in this kind of situation. I'm not going to go out there getting drunk without my partner. Why would you do that? That's not godly. That's not something we should be doing. And I'm going to hate for it, but it's the truth. Find a partner who respects you. Find a partner who, number one, puts God first. If they don't have that, they ain't for you, man. Jim Gunn and God.
These modern women keep on saying the dating pool has pee in it. That's because you're still in there. Peeing. We got to put you out the pool, close the pool down for a few hours, come clean it out. But modern women jump right back in the pool, take a dump in there, a dump of their attitudes, a dump of their silly ideology, a dump of their quote unquote standards when their standards are trash too. And that's how you dirty and muddy and murk up the waters again. So now you got to put all the women out and clean it again.
A lot of the dating advice that I've seen on this app, especially from the decenter men or like just the man-hating crowd, and side note, by the way, if I saw a man saying the same stuff about women that you say about men, I look at him and go, oh, he'd just be happier dating another man. I don't know why he's not dating men. When I look at you, I think the same. A lot of you guys would be happier as lesbians, and I don't get why you just don't date women. You clearly don't like men. You clearly hate them. I think you're just a lesbian, babe. Strap-ons exist. Stop torturing men with your and just be a lesbian. There's nothing wrong with being guys. Just do it. The reason you hate men is probably because you're or you have daddy issues. Now, I'm saying this as somebody whose dad left them to go work for Donald Trump. I have problems too. I know it when I see it. But a lot of the advice that I'm seeing on social media, guys, you're turning yourselves into escorts. If you are charging a man to talk to you, if you are charging a man to go on a date with you, and I'm not talking like make him pay on the first date. I run a very strict program over here, which means I just have boundaries. I make men pay for the dates that we go on. I don't pay for a date. I don't. I'm very traditional in that way. Men pay for dates. I'll pay for ice cream afterwards. Fine by me. If we go to the movie theater, I'll pay for some of the snacks. I'll pay for the tickets. You just cover the other part. That I'm fine with. But this whole 50-50, I don't do that. But you guys are turning this dating game into an escort service. And it's weird.
As a man, would you rather a roster of multiple women that are beautiful, gorgeous, like fine, or one woman who will be your wife, who you will love, who will love you, who will be loyal to you, who will be down for you, who will ride for you, who will be the mother of your children, who you enjoy spending time with? Which one would you rather? And be honest.
I've been thinking, Cole, why did I waste so much time with jerks? You were right here all along.
Right here, in the friend zone, for 8 years, while you dated the DJ, the personal trainer, and the struggling artist.
I was young. I needed to get that out of my system. But now I'm ready for a real man.
You are tired. The bad boy stopped calling, and you need someone to pay for the lifestyle you can no longer afford.
Wow, that is harsh. I am choosing you. Isn't that what you always wanted, to be the one?
You aren't choosing me. You are settling for me. There is a difference between being a priority and being a safety net.
It's called growing up. I value stability now. I want to build a family with you.
You gave your best years to men who didn't care about you. Now you offer me the leftovers and expect full price.
You are so bitter. You should be happy I'm finally giving you a chance.
You think you are the prize. But at 32, with debt and baggage, you are not the prize. I am.
So that's it? You're rejecting me because I have a past?
I don't buy a car with 200,000 miles for the same price as a new one. No matter how much you polish the paint.
Enjoy alone, Cole. You threw away a good woman.
I didn't throw anything away. I just declined to be the recycling center.
Close the door on your way out. I am not a consolation prize. I am the destination. And you took too many detours.
I don't know if it's just me, but I'm so tired of having to pay my own bills with my own money. I now see why some people get married and just stay. Because that 2-income household, baby, I see what y'all doing. I see how it works in y'all favor, because right now life is real ghetto. Life is very ghetto. The fact that I'm working and then I have to take that money to pay bills on my own. Like some days it just hits harder. Some days I don't care. Today I'm just like, marriage, having a partner right now sounds pretty good to go 50-50 with. I'd be open to that right now. Yeah, because these bills, baby, I'm over it.
Don't test a man's patience and then play victim when he finally reacts. You can't poke him, you can't push him, and you cannot cross the lines and then act shocked when he finally changes his tone or his attitude. A man can honestly be the most patient, understanding person that you've ever met. He can forgive, he can hold his tongue, and he can try to be gentle. He really can. But his patience has a limit. His kindness has a limit. And if you push him to that limit, you will meet a version of him that you are going to wish that you've never met, that you got him there. It's not because he's evil, it's because he is done with your attitude and being poked and pushed. He doesn't negotiate anymore. He will show you his boundary and he will enforce it with no hesitation and no softness or kindness, because sorry, you don't earn it at this point now. The trigger is almost always the same. Disrespect. And remember this, respect is oxygen to a man. You can argue, you can disagree. That is just being human. That's normal. And you can have a bad day and be emotional. It's okay. But if you embarrass him, if you mock him, if you talk to him crazy, if you have these power games, and if you make him feel small, you're just lighting a fuse. So get ready when it finally goes off.
When I'm dating somebody and we hit that 3-month mark, come on, baby. What's the title? What we doing here, sweetheart? Because time is ticking. I don't got time for another dinner date. You heard me? Next.
But that's your 90-day rule.
Do y'all know y'all be so controlling that all you do is make it easy for men who want to play y'all to do that? That's why they keep doing it so easily. You give a motherfucker the playbook to play you. I need this and I want that. And if you ain't do this by then and do that by then, it's like, it can all be a show. That's easy. And they act like, we didn't know because the man put on the show and y'all orchestrated that. Made excuses for the everything. Y'all just be so wild. Why do y'all do this? Why do you do this? You so controlling, you just can't let it be. You gotta be in a rush because you ain't got no more time, but you want to spend the rest of your life with a motherfucker. You ain't convincing me. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all so impatient. I wouldn't trust you for lasting forever. Wouldn't. You just gotta have everything today. That's y'all mentality. It's weird. It's temporary vibes, and you're gonna get temporary treatment. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
It's very easy to attract a high-value man, especially as a beautiful woman. But if you want to be respected by a high-value man, I'm talking about a real high-value man who will give you the world. If you want to be respected by him, then I have to tell you that it is absolutely forbidden and not normal to have crash outs. Okay, I think as a society, we have normalized and almost glamorized the term crash outs, right? It's hidden behind, it was my hormones, or I'm just a girl. No, babe, it's very insecure, showing emotional immaturity. It's not showing emotionally regulated. It's not giving safe energy. It's giving chaotic. Nobody wants to be around chaotic energy. Not a friend, not a partner. Every single time that you crash out and you lose your mind and you look back and you think, that was a little bit wild. It's demonstrating to every single person around you and this man that actually you don't really have any free will in your life. And so that man will continuously run circles around you because you have shown him that he can. Nobody should have free will in your version of reality, which means that nobody should have that much power over your emotions. Every single time that you say, oh my gosh, well, he pushed me to it. He made me really angry. Nobody should have the power to make you angry. Nobody should have the power to make you upset. A woman in her feminine energy is in control truly and always of her emotions. Nothing can ruin her day. Nothing can ruin her vibe. Nothing can ruin her peace. That is the truth about being a woman who is truly magnetic.
And you know, men quit doing all of it. Stop logging on. They stop swiping. Stop reaching out to these modern women. Just quit doing it all. And now women are confused. Where did all the good men go? Did they just disappear? Did they fall off the face of the earth? No. And that's probably what hurts the most, is a lot of men do it in silence. You'll never even know that they're not there until 2 or 3 months down the road. Man, this kind of feels empty, man. I didn't know that, you know, not having men there's nothing going on. Exactly. That's what we were trying to tell you before you ran into a problem that you didn't want.
When you're in a relationship, what are some of the techniques that you'll use to like nag the guy?
Lower his self-esteem, I guess. Calling him names or something.
Because those are some of the things you've done with him in the past?
Yeah, I guess.
What are some of the mean things that you've said to your boyfriend, even though he's doing his best?
If they have like a dream or something, you know, like try to insult that to kind of like get them down, I guess.
Just tell him like you're nobody, your rap career is not going to work out. What's the ultimate goal? Just to keep him in like a constant state of like depression?
I guess kind of like make them doubt themselves about like who they are as a person and like their own personalities and stuff like that, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. That's great. We'll watch out for that.
Would you tell your best friend's boyfriend if she was cheating on him? And let me just... No! You think I care that there's a man somewhere being cheated on?
For the first time, possibly in history, women are admitting they want daughters, not sons. Having a son is seen as an extreme burden to women around the world. You are expected to birth them, educate them, and shield them from conditioning from other boys. All this without acknowledgement. In fact, that very same son may grow up to take his mother's rights away. Women globally are reaching a line of contention, refusing to give birth to life that may become a weapon against them, against other women.
I'm at a loss. What can I say except that feminism has achieved its final form? They hate men.
They view men as their oppressors. They view their fathers as oppressors. They view their unborn sons as oppressors. If that's not all you need to know that feminism is completely upside down and off the rails, and that it's destruction to society and sadly to women as they destroy their own abilities to have families and to be a good wife, they're the ones that get robbed the most.
If your man or your husband have to hint, beg, or ask for you to meet his needs in the bedroom, like, you wrong and you're not handling your business as a woman. Because as a woman, we know what our men need. And it's not cool that if you have a man that got your back, that look out for you, take care of you, y'all have a healthy relationship, it's no reason why your man have to ask, have to beg, or have to hint. It's no reason for that. Stop all that, oh, my neck hurt, I got a headache, oh, my back hurt. That's bull crap. Because the minute a man don't handle his business, then it's a problem with some women. Because you know you got the power, or what we have in between our legs is powerful. Some of y'all use that to your advantage. Stop that. If your man have to ask, beg, you're not handling your business as a woman. I don't care.
So I've learned that a man will date a less good-looking woman if he's respected, honored, she submits to him, he can trust her, and she knows how to love, facilitate, and nurture him. And she can provide peace and not a headache. She could be his promised land and not his wilderness. And let me go further. I know more absolutely gorgeous women who are unwed, single, than I know women who are mediocre looking, body is okay, but they are married, taken care of, and got a whole husband and a family. Let's keep it real, Lisa. That's the truth. You got more mediocre women who are married than gorgeous, fine women.
That's so true. Why?
Couple things. A lot of times when a woman is aesthetically absolutely gorgeous and well put together, that means she had to do less workwear internally.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of times when women are maybe haven't always been, you know, the most beautiful one in the room, the most attractive one, they've had to do more workwear internally. Yeah. Because they have to figure out, well, if my value isn't here, then I gotta have value somewhere.
I personally believe they say no because they don't get the concept of speed dating. But I believe some would show up. If they see that a lot of us are showing up, I feel like they will show up eventually. Then it also depends if they are purposefully looking. Now, if they're just looking just to play games, then of course they're not gonna show up. But if they're actually looking with, good intent, I feel like they'll show.
Being single doesn't mean being lonely. It means being free. Free from the anxiety. Free from the drama. Free from the questioning your worth daily. Free from the walking on eggshells. You're not still single. You're no longer settling. There's a difference. Protect your peace, even if it means protecting it alone. Would you rather be happily single or miserably coupled? Let me know in the comments. And if you follow me this far, drop David in the comments and hit that like, share, save, and subscribe button.
And of course, you listen to these modern women, they talk a lot of trash about how they don't need men and how men are the problem and all this other foolishness. But when they feel the absence of a man, when a man is gone, especially one that they dismiss, especially the one that they put in the friend zone, they feel it. They just want, they're not gonna say it out loud, but they feel it. Oh shoot, maybe I should have given him a chance. Oh shoot, maybe I should have listened. Oh shoot, maybe I should have thought a different way. Yeah, maybe so. Might have had a better chance at finding a companion, but y'all don't want that.
The men have finally started to get sick of modern dating. The other day I was talking to one of my friends and he told me that he's deleted Hinge because he's sick of all his dates being the same and being unfulfilling and being boring. Finally, the men have caught up. Women have been saying it for years. We have had the conversation about how modern dating is unfulfilling, how it's not really giving us what we need. People don't want to find real connections. It's empty, blah, 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 blah. We've done this, but now the men are starting to realize that. The men are starting to have those conversations. Why? Because everybody wants connection. Everybody wants intimacy. And I think men are finally starting to realize that the way that they're conducting themselves and the way that they are searching for romance and intimacy is empty and it is unfulfilling. I think the excitement and drama that comes from having options and chasing new experiences, it's just no longer as fulfilling as it once was. I think as a woman, this is a really interesting shift to witness in real time, because we've been saying for ages that modern dating is unfulfilling because the men do not seem to find value in deep, meaningful, mutual connection. Well, now there's this shift happening where the men are realizing that their methods of conducting themselves in the dating world are leaving them also unfulfilled. Interesting to see what comes of this.
She hides her boyfriend, but shows her body. Yeah, the love is private. The lust is public. You ever noticed her, man? Invisible. Her curves? 4K Ultra HD? Interesting. Now pause. Why does she protect the relationship but promote the attention? Think. Because attention is currency, and some people are entrepreneurs of desire. If he's the one, why is the world invited to look? See, this isn't about insecurity, it's about strategy. A woman will hide the man she values, but she will advertise the version of herself that keep options open. Harsh, but the truth usually is. And before you get emotional, breathe. Not every woman, but patterns don't lie. Social media turned validation into a marketplace. Likes are leverage, comments are ego fuel, DMs are backup plans. You thought it was confidence. Sometimes it's insurance.
Ugly, overweight feminists love to complain that women are now forced to have children that they don't want. But for some reason, they still get angry when you offer to take them to the vet and have them spayed. Ladies, men do not control your bodies. If we did, our houses would be clean for once. Men would be dealing with a lot less back talk. If men controlled your bodies, we wouldn't be forcing you to have kids. We'd be forcing you to lose weight. Flex on your wife with Sound Advice merch.
I hate when women complain about men because they're really simple creatures. Like, you give them a little head, you make them a little dinner, and they'll do whatever you want.
This trope of the strong black woman actively works against community building. We are meant to be in community with one another. We all need help. You're supposed to be a strong, independent boss, blah, 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 blah. It's perpetuating this idea that we do not need to be in community with each other, which doesn't serve any of us. We have been socially conditioned for years and years and years to completely dehumanize black men. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you are taught is beneath you. And you don't understand how that starts to come out. It's easy to just, I'm gonna take this out on this person who's here with me because subconsciously I already have a belief system that you are less than me. And it's like we don't treat them in a way as if like they were a complete human being. I always tell women, like, if you are saying something to him that you would have a problem with if he said to you, that's a problem. Like you're enforcing this double standard. Like if you talk to him in a certain way that if you thought a man spoke to you, you would have a whole problem with, like you've been socialized to completely dehumanize this person, and yet you're trying to also be in relationship with a subconscious belief that you don't know is there that you need to actually be able to bring to the surface and work out.
Man, did you know that when you pay the bill, you do actually get 10 times hotter? So although you think that your bank account might be getting dimmer, you just got 10 times hotter, I promise you.
Wow, that's so weird. These men are so hot they end up in the friend zone.
Women, if you want to be heard and validated, that's fine, but go to your girlfriends. Go to ChatGPT. Don't take your grocery list to the hardware store, which is what you do when you expect your men to act like your girlfriends. Men's strengths, listen to me, men's strengths lie precisely in direct communication involving reality-based solutions to problems. Intelligent women use men for that purpose. Let men solve problems. It's what they like to do. It's what they're good at doing. This means, ladies, that if you choose to come to a man with a complaint, then you're effectively also choosing to consider his proposed solution and to implement it in reality. Otherwise, you are guilty of treating him like your girlfriend or using him as a receptacle for your emotional ejecta. Let men cook, ladies. Let them mansplain to you. If you can listen, then you just might learn something.
A lot of these guys out here stop spending their money. Man, it's just, once again, it's simping. Just being a simp. And a lot of people, a lot of men, I feel like I have. I've done it before, to where you like somebody, and so you be out there trying to impress them and all that other nonsense, and they don't even be giving you the time of day. Men are saying, hey, listen, I'm trying to pursue it. They don't want it. They don't want it. And so you pull your money back, you pull your mental energy back, your emotions back, and you start really thinking about who's going to give me the time of day, who really likes me, and start going towards that person. You find your person, and then you figure out, oh shoot, man, this person might be better for me than that other one was. I mean, she cute and all that, but she don't know how to converse with people. She don't know how to talk to people. She thinks she run the world.
Fuck with the extra 10,000 dollars? No, I love my man bad. 100,000? No, I love my man bad. $1 million? I love my man bad. Go. Bad. He's the best man on earth. It have no man like him. It have no man like him on earth. He is the funniest. He is the smartest. He is the cutest. He is the best man on earth. I approve this message. I approve this message. I approve it.
So this is a good woman, but look at what she's wearing, and the fact that she's out in public, and the fact that she's allowing another man to get her attention and interview her. Now, when he tried to put his arm around her, she did push away, and she did do exactly what she's supposed to do as a woman. That's my man. I love my man. Nobody's better than my man. But with that being said, there's so many comments. I hope she doesn't get that 3 months later vibe. Oh, she's going to find out real soon why it's not good to be a lover girl. Like, you understand that the reason why you lose men is because of the way you act and dress, right? You can have all of this. You can have a woman that's, oh, I love everything about him. He's perfect. He's the perfect man. My man. But if you're still dressing like a bop in public, right? You're still wanting to be places without your man and exposing 90% of your body. If you still allow men to get your attention and to give you conversation, that's the reason why that 3 months later happens, because you still don't know how to be a woman, right? You can say you love your man. You can say that he's the best, cutest man in the world. Guess what? I've plenty of women that have said the same exact. So it has nothing to do with how you interact and how you talk about your man, and everything to do with your actions.
Real quick. I'm just a messenger.
Y'all gonna hear what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Cheating is not enough to leave that man. Y'all looking at me crazy, but it's true. I'm sorry, but I wholeheartedly believe that every single man cheats. And if you getting up under this post saying, oh, my man don't cheat, my man don't this, that means he's good at it. Long story short, if that man is treating you well, you are taken care of, you're not getting hands put on you, you feel me, he's providing, cheating is at the bottom of the list. All the about to get in my comments like, oh, sis, there's people who don't cheat out there. Find them. Every single man cheats, sweetheart. And the sooner y'all accept that, the sooner you'll be happier.
There's a lot of truth to what she is saying, and she's just saying the quiet part out loud. But understand, the man that she is talking about that cheats is that 1% man, because she said all the things he has to do. You're being treated right, he's providing, you ain't gotta work, you ain't gotta pay for nothing. Let me tell you something. That man didn't make all that money to smash one chick for the rest of his life. Now, with that 1% man, is there 1% of the 1% that doesn't cheat? Of course. You know what I'm saying? She says, oh, find them. She just hasn't found them, because obviously she sounds like someone that just be in there, gotten cheated on. She definitely been through some traumatic experiences, but she has come to this conclusion, which allows her to discern, hey, maybe cheating is not the worst thing that can happen if I'm with a man that does all these things for me, which in some cases she'd be correct. They asked a bunch of women, you rather be with a loyal broke dude or a loyal average money maker, or a guy that can give you the world but will cheat on you every single day of the week, and they pick the cheater. I mean, come on. If the majority of women are picking a guy like that off of what he can provide, they're gonna look the other way when it comes to cheating, because they get everything they want. That's the society we live in. So she's cooking here for a certain demographic, which is most women. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not here saying cheating is right, because it's not. But for most women, if they have to pick, they're gonna lean towards the cheater.
Do you understand that your mouth, your voice, your words are connected to the coils in his heart, to the valves in his heart? He can't help but love you. And every time you dishonor honor that love, you chip a piece of it. Chip a piece of it. This is why in our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
Every time I watch that clip, when I tell you I get chills. It honestly reminded me of this post that Tashina Arnold made in 2022, where she posed the question, what can we as black women in America do to stop aiding in the emasculation of black men in America? And how Ms. Ayana described it, we don't realize the power of the tongue. We have the power to tear down or build up our men. The scriptures say that a wise woman buildeth up her house, but a foolish woman tears it down. And every time we talk down to our men, every time we curse them out, we disrespect them, we call them out their name, we aid in the emasculation of them. Our men are literally already at the bottom of the bottom today. They literally have to go out every day and fight blood, sweat, and tears with the world. They shouldn't have to go home and fight part 2 with their wives. One way we can stop doing this is by controlling that mouth. Stop talking down to him. Stop nagging him. If you upset, take a minute to catch your breath and relax. Because it doesn't just affect that man. Let's say you have children by that man. His children are also going to be affected by that. His son and his son. Like, it goes down the generations. And I don't care how beautiful you are or think you are, your fineness will never overrule your disrespect.
Men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide after a divorce. This literally kills men.
Yeah, exactly, because men actually benefit from marriage more than women do. And when you look at the statistics of like post-divorce mental health outcomes, men have worse mental health outcomes than women. Women are typically happier after divorce. And so if you want to argue that marriage disproportionately benefits women, like, that's not true.
I'd be pretty unhappy too if I was on child support or alimony and I had a hard time seeing my kids.
And you had to support your children. What a hard life.
Well, you understand that it's not taxed. So the problem is they take over 50% of the man's income because it's not, so they have to pay taxes on the stuff they're giving her and take half of his paycheck.
To support his children that he wants to be involved in their lives.
Right, but it wasn't his choice because women leave the majority of the time.
It is his choice to relinquish his parental rights if he wants to.
What I'm saying is many men want to be married and they want to be an involved father and they want to stay with the mother of their children. My point is if she makes the decision to leave, she should pay for it. If you want to leave, that's totally fine, but you should pay to raise your kid.
Is it not his child as well?
And he should pay for the time. That's why I said 50-50 custody off the bat, no child support, no alimony.
So she gets to take on all of the child care responsibilities, but he doesn't have to like pay anything. He doesn't have to have any buy-in.
I didn't say all. I said 50-50 custody. He should have the kid half the time.
But doesn't have to pay any money towards it.
No, he should pay for the kid when the kid's at his house.
Okay, and so the majority of the time when the kid is at the mother's house, he doesn't have to be involved in any way financially?
No, she should pay for it. She has a job. Why should he have to pay for a kid?
He should support it.
If she chose to have the kid and she chooses divorce, why should she not have to pay for her own decision? That's the thing. See, there it is. You want all the freedom to do whatever you want, but you don't want to have to pay for it.
I'm really tired of you women, especially women who look like me, getting on the internet and representing for the masses. You do not represent me at all, a lot of you. Therefore, I was like, let me get on here and represent myself and those like me. Y'all sitting up here going viral every other day because of what y'all complain about, what y'all don't like in a man, what a man ain't giving you enough money for this or for that. I just heard some girl is viral because she was complaining about getting $30 for lunch. Baby, be thankful. First of all, I'm so sick of y'all bragging about how much y'all money y'all got and how y'all don't need a ninja. But then y'all complain constantly. That's $30 less than your meal. First of all, let's be clear. The real broke people is y'all. That's why y'all complaining. Because y'all over here looking for men to pay for things,
But y'all wanna disguise it as, oh, he's broke. No, baby, you're broke. I'm no rich woman myself, but at the same time, I'm not the one sitting here crying, complaining about getting $30 for lunch. I'm also not the woman sitting here saying that I don't need a man when I definitely do. And always will and always have. You're speaking to someone who was a waitress for over a decade. So I'm very aware of spending habits of all races of people. And please, let's not pretend Black women like we're just balling, okay? Because I definitely see the difference of how you order when you're on a date versus you order when you're paying for yourself, or out with your friends and you're asking for 4 split checks and asking me to split appetizers and leaving me $2. But that's a conversation for another day. I just want to understand why we are so ungrateful and why are we acting like it's not hard out here, and why are you not grateful of what a man provides?
So it was this Black woman who messaged me, and she said, to be completely honest, I listened to your message, and she was like, for me, I feel as though I'm single because I can't find the perfect man, right? She was like, the men who satisfy me, they don't have nothing going on with their lives. And then the men who I run into who could actually be great providers and have ambition, they don't satisfy me. She's like, I just want a man that can satisfy me, can provide, has ambition, and all these other things, right? But this is just another prime example as to why liberation has caused a lot of modern women to not be married. Because what winds up happening is, again, when you are having sex with multiple men, these spirits are entering you, right? And before you know it, every man that you run into that could be a potential husband, you are now comparing him to the next man. You are now comparing him to the next man for other needs that you feel as though you need in a relationship. And it's not healthy. And the reason why it's not healthy is because you are never going to be satisfied. Like never. No man will ever be able to satisfy you. And the piece is a big one, because there are a lot of women who was with men because they could please them, but then they wind up being baby moms, they wind up not being wives, and now they're angry and bitter because they wanted to have a good time instead of a long time. The man that you need to be with, that's the long time man, maybe his game isn't as great as you would have liked it, but who cares? But the only reason why you're even able to compare the difference is because that is a tall tale sign that you have had way too many penises in you. Because if you hadn't, you wouldn't even be playing the compare game, right? This man would be able to satisfy you because, with the exception of maybe a few other men, you wouldn't really have much to compare it to. But when you have a long roster as a woman of counterparts, all it does is mess your mind up. All it does is keep you unmarried. And all it does is have you comparing men left and right. And what winds up happening is you get old and you don't have a man. You're alone. And that's just the reality of it. For liberation, I need modern women to realize that liberation is not to help you. Liberation is to keep you single and miserable and alone without a man for the rest of your life.
The all men cheat narrative is intellectually lazy, and it's an excuse to justify poor mate selection and poor relationship standards. Girl, that man is going to cheat even if you respect him or not. This statement sounds empowering, but it's actually just a coping mechanism. Because if you can convince yourself that all men cheat, then you never have to take responsibility for the type of men you choose to be with. I'm gonna give an example, right? Statistics show that 20% of married men have admitted to cheating. 20%. That means 80% of married men don't cheat. The same way women say that all men are cheaters are like gamblers that say that all casinos are rigged. Sometimes it's not that you're unlucky, it's that you keep choosing the wrong table. Now let's look at unmarried couples, okay? So 23% of unmarried men cheat on their partners. But check this out, 19% of unmarried women cheat on their partners, and that's barely a difference, right? 23%, 19%. So this isn't a men problem. This is a human problem. And here's the part that most people do not want to reflect on, is that the way relationships typically start is based on lust and validation, not on discipline to begin with. So relationships usually start based on attraction, validation, social status, attention, right? But it seems like women that are running with the all men cheat narrative fail to ask themselves, is that, did this person practice discipline before we even started a relationship? Because chemistry with someone would excite you, but when you date based off of character, that is the person that you can trust. So a man who wasn't disciplined before you is not going to be disciplined when he's with you. You didn't inspire transformation, you just became the next environment for his impulses. You cannot build a faithful relationship or a faithful marriage with someone who's never learned how to govern themselves. Many people who experience infidelity ignored the red flags in the beginning of the relationship. One of the spouses needed constant validation, lacked boundaries with the opposite. They had a porn addiction, a dopamine addiction. They had an attention addiction. So people saw the red flags, but red flags will look like fireworks to the person who's blinded by lust. So women have to stop running with this narrative that all men cheat and start asking yourself, did the man I chose, does he have discipline? Because attraction builds relationships, but discipline is what's going to protect your relationship.
And you know, it's a completely different ball game. It's a completely different ball game when men are completely unbothered by a modern woman's attitude, when they're completely unbothered by her wanting to go out there and, oh, well, you look like this. I don't care what you think. Oh, well, you need to wear this, and men should. I don't care what you think. I'm unbothered. I don't need your validation. I don't need your approval. You're a loser, respectfully.